Hello everyone, I invite you to every Wednesday cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current situation on the BTC to USDT pair, taking into account the 4-hour interval. First, we will use blue lines to mark the local channel of the downward trend, from which the price was higher and the increase itself was close to the height of the specific channel. Here we will also mark the local upward trend line in yellow, along which the price is rising. Now, using the trend-based fib extension grid, we can move on to marking support areas if the price changes direction. And here, first, we have visible support at the level of $42,810. Then the second one at the level of $42,102. And then there is a visible strong support zone from $41,624 to $40,975. Looking the other way, we can similarly identify a strong resistance zone to which the price is approaching from $44,104 to $44,738. Only when we manage to come out on top and positively test the zone, we can see a move towards the next resistance at $46,563. Please pay attention to the CHOP index, which indicates that we have less and less energy. The RSI indicator is approaching the upper limit, but there is still room for an upward movement. While the stock indicator again exceeds the upper limit, so we should be careful as it may result in a reduction upward movement. As the second chart in today's review, we will check ETH in pair with USDT, also on a 4-hour time frame. First, we can use the blue lines to mark the downward trend channel in which the price moves at the upper limit. Now let's move on to marking the support places. We will use the fib retracement tools to mark the supports, and as you can see, the first support is at $2,185. The second support is at $2,134. And then there is a support zone from $2,098 to $2,052. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way up. And here we have visible resistance at the level of $2,272 at the upper border of the channel. Then we can mark the zone from $2,335 to $2,367. And then resistance at the level of $2,460. On the RSI indicator, we are moving around the middle of the range. But when we look at the stock indicator, we will see that once again approaching the upper limit resulted in a price recovery. Moving on, let's move on to the BNB chart on a 4-hour time frame. As we can see, the price has broken our yellow downtrend line with dynamic upward movements that are associated with the newly announced launch pull on the Binance exchange. Due to the sudden increases after unfolding the trend-based fib extension grid, we see that the price is fighting a strong resistance at $261. Only when the price overcomes it will the path towards the next resistance at $279 open. Looking the other way, we have visible support at the level of $252. Then there is a visible support zone from $242 to $236. While a break from the bottom may result in a drop to the support level at $220. When we turn on the EMA cross 50 and 200 indicator, we will see confirmation of the return to the upward trend. On the RSI indicator, we have approached the upper limit, which reduces the room for growth. While on the stock indicator, we are moving above the upper limit, which may result in a rebound in the coming hours. The last in today's ranking is the linked chart on a 4-hour interval. In this case, we have a visible movement in the upward trend channel, where locally the price remains below a strong downward trend line. Now let's move on to marking support points for the price, and we can see that first we have a strong support zone from $14.38 to $13.58, which is located just at the lower border of the current channel, but if the price drops lower and breaks out of the channel, we can see a strong decline close to the height of the channel towards the support level of $11.26. Looking the other way, we can see that the price has currently bounced off the resistance level at $15.32. When we manage to break it higher, the price will move towards the strong zone and the upper border of the channel from the level of $17.14 to the level of $18.09. Please look at the RSI indicator because you can see movements around the middle of the range, while the stock indicator, despite the increase, does not show a significant price increase on the chart, which may translate into further declines and an attempt to leave the channel at the bottom. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.